Well, it's a beautiful Parx Racing morning here. It's Tuesday. We're hanging with our announcer, Chris Griffin, kind of get to know him. We've all learned about his professional experience before here, but we want to get to know Chris Griffin, our Parx Racing announcer. Chris, you grew up in Santa Monica, California. What the heck? What was that like?
Yeah, West Coast is awesome. I like the East Coast, but Santa Monica was great. I didn't go to the beach as much as I probably should have. I didn't take as much advantage, and I know that sounds terrible, but I grew up in Santa Monica. I went to high school, actually the same high school that Doug O'Neill, the trainer, went to. And it's funny, I have a good story that I was such a fan, and I was going to Santa Anita at the time, and I just saw him. And I tapped him on the shoulder. I said, hey, Doug, I'm a big fan, the Skyjack and all these other horses and yada, yada, yada. And he's like, wait a minute, what's your name? And I said, it's Chris Griffin. He said, you were the championship quarterback of the 98 football team at the high school that we went to. And I was like, yeah, that was me. He's like, yeah, man, we were at that game. We were talking. We were doing the whole thing. And we struck up a friendship immediately right from there. And, it was just funny to make that connection. And being on the West Coast and growing up in Santa Monica, you don't think horse racing right away. You think a lot of different sports, but I made a lot of good friends, and just growing up on the West Coast and seeing those tracks and being able to go to the track with my dad and Fairplex and Hollywood when it was there, and Friday nights at Hollywood Park, like that was it for me. I loved growing up around that. Did I ever think I would be announcing races, for 6 years now and be on the East Coast and be at Parx? No, but it's cool. Yeah, it was a fun experience to grow up on the West Coast.
Well, I got to ask you, since you were a star quarterback, we will not hold it against you because we're diehard Eagles. We love our Philadelphia teams. What sports teams does Chris Griffin like?
Oh no, you're gonna get me in trouble. I'm a massive Kansas City Chiefs fan. Huge Chiefs fan. My dad grew up in Kansas City, Missouri. And I would sit there and watch Steve DeBerg, is who I grew up on, and the Chiefs would always make the playoffs. Always. Marty Schottenhauer was great. Always make the playoffs, always lose in the first round. Always. Just never quite worked out. But now we got Patrick Mahomes. And once we got Patrick Mahomes, everything has changed. We walk a little taller now as Chiefs fans. So, yeah, I'm in Eagles territory, but I will say that the Eagles fans are still rooting for the Chiefs because Andy Reid's the coach.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I think I get a few points there. I love them. Basketball, I've never really had a team. I worked for the Globetrotters, so maybe they would be my favorite basketball team. I still talk to a lot of those guys. But, yeah, for me, it's just I'm such a sports fan. I got to say, though, here in Philadelphia, in this region, everybody's so passionate. I will say, we talked about the West Coast, East Coast thing. They're very passionate out here, and if the team is not doing well, they're going to let you know. But if the team is doing well, which some of the teams are doing very well, they jump behind it. So I'm looking forward to catching a few games. Maybe some of the people watching and the followers that want to throw me a few tickets to check out a game. I'm never opposed to grabbing a free ticket to go check out a sporting event.
Well, since we're talking East Coast, West Coast, are you Biggie or Tupac?
Oh, come on. I can't answer that question. I love Biggie. I mean, I love some of the stuff Biggie had put out. But Tupac, I mean, both amazing. You can't go wrong as the water truck goes by. You just can't go wrong with either one of them. I don't like to answer that question. You'll get me in too much trouble on that one, Daddy.
So what are you doing when you're not calling the races, you and your dog? Where are you guys headed?
Oh, my main man, Ray. Yeah, we love a good hike. He's 11 now, and I've had him for quite some time, and he's rolling me everywhere. He's seen every racetrack that I've been. He's been with me my entire career. And, so I call the races, and I get home, and sometimes I got somebody watching him, a dog sitter or something like that. And he gets so excited when I get back. And it's a great way to just unwind. I love when we have 11 races, and we have, good field sizes, and we have great racing and great prices and people on social media interacting and the whole thing. But you need a moment to kind of get away. And he's been there. He's been a rock. He just likes to sniff things and check it out, and he'll drag me all over the place. And so I got to find a good open space. I went to this Valley Forge area, the National Historic Park, and we were checking out some of the forts, and he's just exploring, and it was just such a good time. And it's just a nice way to really kind of keep your balance. I'm all about balance.
Definitely.
Work hard, play hard, right?
Well, absolutely. So. What are you and Ray watching on Netflix these days?
We do binge watch. Cobra Kai, so good. Have you guys seen Cobra Kai?
Yes.
Oh, it's so good. It takes you back to childhood, and then the alley with an eye. I was far too excited that she was coming back. Oh man, maybe some people haven't watched the show, but Love Cobra Kai. I was a big Breaking Bad guy. I guess I kind of binge watched on that a little bit. Other things, a lot of people have given me some tips. You know, people should tweet me. If they're watching this, they should tweet me out in the grandstand and let me know what we should be
Send
watching.
Chris some Netflix shows, him and Ray, so they can watch.
When we have time. Yeah, Ray would much rather be on a walk than sit there watching me go through about 10 episodes of Fuller House 2 or something like that. But it's Disney Plus, the Mighty Ducks one. It's solid. It's solid. It's not bad. I will say, Game Changers. It's a pretty good show. I don't like, though, that they don't let you binge watch it. You have to watch it one at a time. So every week now I got to watch it on a Friday or something like that. It's solid. I do like it, though. It's good.
I watched some doozies, too. Well, this was super fun getting to know you. Chris Griffin, come check him out in the races. His calls are flawless. He does a lot on social media. He's doing great videos with his picks, and it was great hanging with you.
Oh, you guys rock. Appreciate it.